Billy Bragg was actually the first person that I saw at Glastonbury this year. He was doing a special little gig and sang Happy Birthday to Glastonbury and got the whole crowd to sing along as well.
He's amazing, Billy Bragg, man. He's the conscience, definitely.
Yeah,
You know,
he really is.
Born.
Hang on, who are you? What are you doing
No introductions
here?
required.
Excuse
No
me.
introductions required. Quick, that camera. Guess who's here?
The Edge has
Tell the
joined
story.
us.
I want to hear the story.
Yeah,
Uncle
how did
Edge.
this happen?
Okay, the story is I was talking to Billy Bragg a few years ago, and I said, you know, Billy, it's funny. I was born in East London. He said, really? He said, yeah. Where? And I said, well, Essex. He said, really? I'm from Essex. Where were you born? I said, in a hospital called Barking General Hospital. He said, that's where I was born. It turned out Billy Bragg and The Edge were born in the same hospital.
The same
go.
hospital.
How weird is that?
And you find yourselves here again, Glastonbury, and you for the first time. That's shameful. Shameful behaviour.
So how did this come about, playing with Muse?
Well, they were gracious enough to honour me with an invitation to come and play, and I thought about it for a good 3 minutes and said yes, because they're like a rocking band. We had them play with us on the last tour for a few shows. They are, without doubt, like the power trio of their generation. I don't know, since maybe the Jimi Hendrix Experience, maybe, you know, there hasn't been.
I think Matt's got that musicianship, you know, and I've said this before, in another age, he would be playing piano in front of the King and Queen of some opera house like 400 years ago. He's that kind of guy, you know,
Yeah.
It's incredible musicality. He was telling a funny story today that when you first rehearsed it, I'm sure I'm not speaking out of turn now that the performance is done, but when you guys were first rehearsing and he heard you hit those chiming notes and he just couldn't believe it. He had a moment of like, this is actually happening. And you sort of sidled up to him and kind of like gave him a little jam and he was just like, I've got to sing this, man. You know, I've got to sing this. Just give me some, you know, he's freaking out.
What was it like for you when you were on stage, when you were actually doing that?
Oh, it was amazing. I mean, I felt like, you know, the guy at the end of the Super Bowl when the two teams are, you know, the score is locked and he comes out to take the kick. And like, that's the only thing he has to do all day is just kick it between the posts. And so I felt like this was the easiest gig and
The most satisfying.
the most satisfying, the most rewarding, and so it was a really great thing.
Yeah,
and the band are great. I mean, the first time we played the tune, I actually said, thanks guys, that was great.
Done.
Really nice. Yeah, we'll see you at Glastonbury, because it was so good.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't need to rehearse. It was like from the first note. They
But that
were
is the
really
first
on it.
time, if I'm not mistaken, it must be the first time you've ever played that song without the guys. I mean,
Yeah.
How did that go down, that conversation, when you called up and you were like, you lot may not be going to Glastonbury, but I am?
Yeah, there was. No, they were really behind the idea. They
You've
thought
got
it
to
was
talk us through the
great.
conversation. How'd it go?
There was a conversation. It was actually, you know, we're in the 21st century. It was more like SMS messages. Bono was like, are you going to be at Glastonbury this year? And he said, you have to say yes. And I was like, yeah, I think I will. He said, you have to. It's going to be amazing. He said, they're going to love it. And so real support from everybody. And I think Larry was like, yeah, they've got a proper drummer. That'll be no problem.
I was going to say, what did Larry say?
He was totally behind it.
Have you had a text since you performed?
Just really positive. Like,
It's amazing, you know, and really fantastic, I think, for fans who were obviously, you know, as understanding as they are, disappointed that you couldn't fulfill, you know, the show this year, and I think it's a really special treat, you know.
So
how was Bono? How's he getting on?
Oh, he's okay. You know, he's disappointed. He's really, but he's concentrating on rehab and getting through to get fit for the shows that we are committing to doing, and it's going to be a race to get him, you know, himself fit for the opening show in Turin. But I'm sure he'll do it, and you know, he would so love to have been here. It's
You were missed. You were very definitely missed. It was.
We were so upset that I know clearly that there's a lot of shows that got cancelled, but there was something extra specially disappointing about not being able to come to Glastonbury, because
It'd taken a long time for you to decide to come here, and it was a big commitment.
It really was. You know, it felt like everything was right. The timing was right. The 40th anniversary, everything, and.
So will you return
Clearly
another
not,
year?
not meant to be.
You know what? We have to. It's just a case of when. The timing again will have to be right, but it's too important, you know. And I'd never been. This is the first time I've been to this incredible event, and you really sense that the real star of Glastonbury is Glastonbury itself.
Yeah, totally.
You know, it's
Absolutely.
the culture and the crowd. That's what it's really about.
I think that takes a bit of pressure off the bands too, and that's why they can loosen up and enjoy it more, you know, because ultimately it's not a headline show, you're part of a much bigger energy, much bigger thing. And listen, we really, really appreciate you popping down after the show.
Very good of you. You can pick up that glass of champagne now. Look, the champagne is down here. It's half drunk. You can go and get
Rock and
another one.
roll, rock and roll. Thank you so much, mate. Great to see you, great to see you. Right now we're going to go and